On today's episode, we're going to make some Kevlar carbon overfender, like the Eurofighter on FD. Let's do it! Okay, so welcome for another episode, another build video for the E46. So if you've watched the last Drift My Diaries, you would have seen that one of my friends spun out in front of me and I spun with him. The other car came straight into the side of me here, so instead of just welding this on, I want to make an overfender, so if it happens again, you just have to unbolt that and then put another one back on. So the first thing you want to do is find a donor car, or if your panels are good, nobody's crashed into them, you can cut on the outside of them all the way around, cut out the fuel area, cut out the wheel well. In here, what I had to do is popped off the plastic bit, and then I cut out the inside because there's a skin that attaches to the inside of the car, so I just cut it out there, and then once I could get this panel off, then I could cut round the back and weld that bit back on, and now I've just smoothed it all in. And I've smoothed in around here that I roughly cut it. Same with down here, just smoothed everything. So once you've got that panel like that, what you want is, you can either do it in fiberglass, strand mat, but what I'm going to do it in is, you would think this is carbon fiber, but it's not. It's actually called Dolian. Dolian's used on racing hovercrafts, stuff like that. It's the same type of characteristics, yeah, as Kevlar. So this is like double the price of Dolian. This is like what Christoph Blush on his Eurofighter. So this is what he uses. He'll obviously vacuum bag it. We're going to wet lay this. It doesn't give you the same finish, and also weigh a bit more. Not a lot, but it'll weigh more because you've got excess resin on this. But for you guys doing this at home, this is a cheap way to do it. So you can either do it in fiberglass, you can do it all in Kevlar, you can do it all in Dolian, you could do it carbon fiber if you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do Dolian for the first layer, then I think I'll do fiberglass for the middle, show you that, and then I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 layers of Kevlar over the top, so then it looks like Kevlar on the outside but it's Dolian on the inside, and then you won't see the fiberglass, it's just to bulk it out. So the other stuff you'll need is some, I think these are Kevlar scissors. They've just got like little teeth on them. You'll need some 400 grit sandpaper. You'll need some old tubs. I saved like milk cartons, that's an old oil thing. You can either use some gel coat. So gel coat's like a release, so you can put wax over this and everything like that. Then you use PVA, then you put the gel coat on, then you wait for it to go tacky, and then you start laying. The other way to do it that's cheaper, and the GK Racing, they probably don't like this, but what I'm going to use is I'm going to use tin foil and sellotape. So resin and all this stuff, it doesn't stick to tin foil or alloy, and it doesn't stick to tape either. So this is a cheap way on getting past using PVA, releasing agent, wax, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get past that with that. The other stuff you need is, you can use general purpose resin. This is okay, it's not the best stuff, but the stuff I'm going to use is this epoxy resin. I'll put all the links below to all this stuff. It's all from East Coast Fiberglass Supplies. I think they're down in Kentway or something, but they're really good. If you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what you want, just give them a phone and they're pretty good on the phone. Like, they'll tell you exactly that you need this. Something else that's really cool is this cabo sill or something like that. I don't know what it is. You can see it there. Looks like cocaine. It's like, well, no, it doesn't really. No, it does. It's like powder. So what you do with that is when you're going to lay your last 2 layers of epoxy, you'll put about a teaspoon of that into each one, and all this does is it really thickens it up, so it just does a nice lay and it just looks like glass. So that's really good, and it's actually really cheap as well, but I never knew about this. It's really good stuff. So that's pretty much it. I've got some brushes and stuff, different sizes, just for getting into places. So the first thing we need to do is grab our Kevlar and stuff that's on a roll, cut it out to the right size. A good thing when you're cutting it out is to use some tape, some masking tape or something. Tape it where you're going to cut it and then cut it, and it holds all the strands together so it doesn't pull apart. So I'm not going to show you that bit because it's a long process of cutting and it's boring. So I'm going to just time lapse that, and then I'll come back to you once we're ready to layer resin on. I might just do general purpose for, I'll do general purpose for most of the layers except from the carbon, and I'll use epoxy for the 2 layers of carbon that I'll use at the end. So yeah, let's get cutting. Okay, so that's everything pretty much cut out. I'll maybe do a little bit more cutting once I lay it on. I'll just cut around the Kevlar and stuff and keep some good bits I don't want resin to go on. I can use them for other projects. But the fiberglass is so cheap it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I've got the tinfoil ready. Pushing the sides, a lot of people don't know that. But there's bits pushing the sides so now your roll can't come out. So we'll cover it in tinfoil. Wherever there's a join and you're putting another bit over the top, make sure you put sellotape all the way so the resin can't get through and then onto here, and then it's stuck, then you can't get it off, then you've just got a heavy quarter panel. So yeah, I'm going to run this along where the body line is. I'm going to run it along there and then use sellotape to go up over the top just so it's a cleaner line, so it looks a bit better on the finish. And then same round here, I'll probably just use sellotape round here and then tinfoil up to the edge and then sellotape down there. That's pretty much it. We'll just time lapse it and then I can show you a close up of what I've done. Okay, so this is the tinfoil on. I'll take you around and you can see it. So this is the tinfoil on, and I've just got sellotape along here. You could just sellotape the whole thing if you want, like I did here. I just sellotape all here. It's easier than getting tinfoil to spread over it. So yeah. The only thing I would say with tinfoil is you just need to watch for like air bubbles and stuff like here. You need to have quite a bit of weight from the Kevlar and stuff. Be pushing down so I can get rid of these air. So yeah, should be fine though. So that's it. Now obviously it'll, if there's creases it'll show on the back of it, but it doesn't really matter for me. You know, these are just DIY stuff. I don't want them to be show car stuff. So yeah, let's start laying the stuff. Okay, welcome back. Unfortunately, the last layer I was putting on this nice shiny coat, that was the resin, and I added some of the powder. I don't know where anything is. Where did I put it all? I don't know, but I need to do another layer of it, but I can see a fly has died and like wants to join the party. And then I accidentally messed up on the arch here. I was like trying to get the air out and I moved the weave, so it doesn't look as good as I want it to be. But yeah, I'm just going to flat sand it, try to get this fly out of it and just get some imperfections off, sand around here, stuff like that, and then we'll put on another coat, leave that to dry. Then we can sand it, buff it, and then we put some clear lacquer on it. Like the resin that I'm putting on it, it's meant to have UV resistance and stuff like that, but I just don't trust it as much. They're normally not as good as just a clear lacquer just for paint, so we'll do that. But yeah, we'll sand it first. So that's me sanded all the panels. You can see there's some high spots and stuff like that. But we're going to put another coat of resin over the top, and then that should even out most of it, and then we'll give it another sand. We'll give it a teacup with some polish and stuff, and then once that's done, then we can go for some lacquer, put lacquer over the top, and then should be good to go. So yeah, there is quite a lot of prep. Like it's here where I've kind of messed up. I've pushed. You can see how it's been pushed. It should be like that, but it was just, I was just trying to force it over the arch and damaged it. Same with here as well. Just kind of pressed it open. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The kind of makes you feel, you know, when you see them swirly pictures and stuff like that, it makes your eyes go all funny. It's kind of the same. Very, very cool stuff. So yeah, resin over the top. Then we need to leave it to dry. The whole thing about this is it's so time consuming because it takes so long for things to dry. Then you need to sand them, then you need to put stuff over the top. Then you got lacquer, and you need to wait for that to dry. Then another layer of lacquer. You might need 3 coats, 2 coats, I don't know, of lacquer. So just takes a long time to do this. You know, if you were fiberglass, it wouldn't be too bad because you just do it, then you can fill in the bad bits and stuff. Because it's Kevlar, you can't, if you find any high spots or whatever, then you need another coat of lacquer to hide that high spot and blah blah. So it's much easier doing vacuum bagging, like the prep work, but obviously you need to buy a vacuum pump, you need to buy all the stuff to do vacuum bagging, and it's quite a big panel this. So for you guys who want to do it at home, maybe it's best trying fiberglass instead of Kevlar. I'm just really into the Kevlar, you know, from rallying and stuff. So yeah, it's just time consuming. I'm not going to get it like 100%, it's like show car quality, but for drifting and for people that are going to probably hit my door, hit my quarter panel and stuff like this, it's not too bad because I'm just going to patch it. I'm just going to cut out, you know, say if I smash this bit here, I'm just going to cut a bit of Kevlar and I'm just going to resin it in. I'm not going to bother making a whole new panel because one bit's damaged. So yeah, that's that. Doing with this heat gun is I'm not actually curing it or anything like that. That's not what this is for. This is for getting all the air bubbles out of the resin. So if you don't use this, you'll just find you'll have loads and loads of pinholes. So this is a very, very crucial part of it. So you will see when you go up to it and go, you'll see the little air bubbles pop. And then once you don't see anything, then you know all the air's out and it should be like glass. I've got a couple of ripples in it and stuff like that, so I'm hoping once this dries we'll sand it again, then we can do 2-3 layers of clear lacquer, and then that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep heating it, and then I'll see you on part 2.